Welcome back to my 100-day drawing challenge 2020. Today's day number 32 and the prompt is tropical. I'm sorry, I know I've been doing a lot of redraws lately. I've tried to make a few of these prompts unique and different from the previous years, but this one I knew that I really wanted to do a redraw of the 2018 drawing, because the 2018 one I thought was really good. I actually really still like the illustration now, and last year's was awful. Last year's was really awful. I really didn't like it. I tried to do a completely different theme. It was still tropical themed because that's the prompt, but it was completely different, and I tried to do this like circle with all these leaves and then a character in the middle, and it was just awful. The whole thing, everything about it I don't like. But I really still like the 2018 illustration, so I really wanted to try and recreate that this year. So I was actually really excited for this prompt to come around, because I've known for like 2 years that I wanted to redraw that drawing because I really like it. So I was really excited to go into this drawing. Unfortunately, once I started sketching the character, I had loads of trouble with the anatomy and the shape of the figure. I just really was struggling with it. For some reason I had to erase my lines and redraw them over and over again. I got really frustrated with it, but thankfully, eventually, after trying and trying, I got a shape that I was quite happy with, and I was really struggling to have her one arm in the air while still kind of leaning, and like I wanted the body to feel extended. I didn't want it to feel like stiff in any way. I wanted this clear line of movement, so I'm happy with how it ended up. It just took a lot of effort and a lot of redrawing over and over again, but eventually I got it to where I'm quite happy with it. I knew exactly what colour palette I wanted to use for this. It's kind of cyan, magenta and yellow inspired. There is a lot of yellow, and then there is that like bright blue ocean in the background, and then some pops of that bright pink across the image. And then there's a little bit of green thrown in as well. There are a couple of little green elements like the leaves, and I made her eyes green just because those leaves were already green. Yeah, it's just kind of a tropical beach scene. I think it's really cute. Like I said, I was so excited for this prompt because I knew I wanted to redraw the illustration from 2018. And it is quite similar. There are certain elements that I wanted to keep the same as the 2018 version, so her pose is very similar. Like I said, I did change it a little bit because I was struggling with getting the pose right. I made her face kinda similar and the hair kinda similar, and she's still holding up like a little beach ball in the air. But instead of a watermelon slice, I gave her like a watermelon lollipop. I thought it would be cute, and it's kind of melty because I love doing that, as you probably know from previous prompts. Her hair colour ended up not working quite to plan as well. I'm not disappointed with how it ended up. I think it still looks cute. It was supposed to be paler, but a lot of my pale yellow markers are running out of ink, so it ended up having to be a little bit brighter and a little bit darker than I originally wanted. I kind of went over it with a like buttercup colour, and I really liked that shade, but it ended up getting darkened up a little bit when I added the shading. I'm not too mad about it. I think it still looks cute, and I don't think it really takes away from the image. It's just different from what I was going for. And I did give this one a background. I coloured all of that sand on the ground, which took forever, and then that bright blue ocean in the back, which I think is so pretty, and then like coloured the sky with a pale blue and added some little clouds, and I think it looks really cute. I'm actually really happy that I redrew this so many times because I really like the way that the line of movement ended up and her pose. I knew that I would have been disappointed if this illustration had ended up where the pose was really stiff. This was one where I really wanted to put a little bit of extra effort into making sure the shapes of the character were okay. And I really like how this one ended up. There are little bits here and there that I would change if I were drawing it again. I would have really liked if all of my markers were working and weren't running out of ink so that I could have got the exact colours that I wanted. But overall, I'm not disappointed with this one. I think it's really cute. That's all for today. If you're interested, there's a link to the full challenge playlist on screen and in the description. Subscribe if you'd like to keep up with me completing this challenge, and I'll see you tomorrow for another prompt. Take care.